News 46 is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, the U.S. Forest Service talks fire restrictions. The Moose Lodge secures some water rights. And are you in need of a hand doctor? News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, May 20th, 2015. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Fire restrictions on public lands are underway. We caught up with the U.S. Forest Service.
Well, it's starting to be that time of year where it's hot and dry in southern Nevada, so of course we're going to be going into the fire restrictions, not just up on Mount Charleston, but all of the federal lands. BLM, Lake Mead, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife are also going into fire restrictions. As far as the Forest Service is concerned, there's no wood or charcoal fires anywhere in our forest except in the developed recreation areas, the traditional campgrounds and picnic areas. However, if people want to go camping elsewhere, they can have propane stoves. Those are always going to be allowed. At Mount Charleston, there is no fireworks, or any of the federal lands actually. There's no fireworks, including the kind they have in Clark County, which are considered safe and sane, but those aren't allowed on the Forest Service or BLM as well.
I was reading some reports recently that we are in the exact climate and things are going on right now that is very similar to the time that we had the Mount Charleston fire.
That's true. Our fuel moistures are lower than average. I mean, in southern Nevada, it's always hot and dry this time of year, but we're actually a little bit drier than average, and our fuel moistures are a little bit more towards the end of June than the beginning of June. So we are certainly drier than we have been in years past.
And different areas have different requirements, don't they?
Right. All of those federal agencies have their own fire restrictions, so if you're going to be going to BLM or Lake Mead, they may be a little bit different than the Forest Service, and you can check with those agencies. But up at Mount Charleston, it's something we take very seriously. It is a $250 ticket if people have illegal campfires or charcoal fires. And over here in Pahrump, mostly the people would be going up into Wheeler Pass or Level Canyon over there, but we're still going to be out on patrol and looking for people with illegal fires. Over the last few years, the BLM has introduced, and the Forest Service as well, has introduced some different regulations that there's no exploding targets on those federal lands. They've been causing a number of fires. Generally, most of it is from exploding targets similar to tannerite. So those exploding targets have caused a number of fires, and so they are not going to be allowed on the federal lands. Smoking needs to be a consideration. People can smoke in their vehicles or on a small cleared area. They need to be, I guess, more aware and use common sense. Here, even in Pahrump, people need to be careful where they park.
And for more information, can they get in touch with the BLM or website?
They can get in touch with the Forest Service or on the BLM websites.
The 2016 general budget was being reviewed during this week's Board of County Commissioners meeting. The current county fund revenues are at $30.8 million. There is $32.3 million in proposed expenses for the general fund, which operates the county's day-to-day expenses. The general fund is part of the $76.2 million annual budget for the county. The recent year's decrease in revenue is because of lower sales tax and property tax income. The county is looking for more creative ways of cutting expenses, but has come down to what they consider the bare bones. The budget is due to the state by June 1st. The new fiscal year starts July 1st. Here's an update on what's happening with the Moose Lodge. The organization needed to purchase water rights in order to stay in business.
We have actually bought water, signed a contract for 5 acres. I mean, not 5 acres, but 1 acre for 5,000, excuse me. And the contract's been signed, so we're in the process now of raising the money to pay for that. And then there's transfer fees. I understand that's going to run between $2,500 and $3,000.
And so you're buying these water rights because the Moose Lodge needs a little bit more. You guys got more members, and you lost some of your water rights, so you're trying to keep up so that you don't get these fines that may be incurred.
That's absolutely correct. When we first opened the Moose Lodge a few years before I was a member, we only had like 80 or so members, and we had this much water. But as we grew and we needed more water, we didn't have it because during the years we didn't have the membership, they took water away from us because if you don't use it, you lose it. And so now we have like 400 and some Loom members, and probably that many we've contracted to buy.
So the community is donating, but also the Cancer Victims Thrift Store is holding an auction to benefit the Moose Lodge.
We're doing a raffle and an auction. We'll have the raffle starting, well, it did already start. It's going right now. You can come down and buy tickets. They're $2 a piece. We have 30 different businesses that have donated, so the prizes are very good. And then we'll hold an auction at the Moose Lodge on the 6th at 10 a.m. Oh, sorry, no, 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
On the 6th at 5 p.m., the Moose Lodge is going to have an auction. Are you guys donating a car for that? Or is that on the raffle?
That's on the raffle. The car will be on the raffle, and then there'll be antiques for the auction.
And so this is all going to benefit you guys to buy these water rights and also pay for those transfer fees. If there's any extra, what's going to go on with that?
Well, then that money would go back to the community. We do Special Olympics every year. We do search and rescue. We do the USO. We do Meals on Wheels, Food for Thought, the senior citizens. We try to do a lot for the community, and we don't feel the community owes us anything. We feel we owe the community.
And do you love to dance? A local square dance group is looking for participants.
We're called the Desert Squares. This is the first square dance club that they've had here in about 11 years since the old Pahrump Valley Square Dance Club disbanded. Most of our club are still learning to dance. We have some advanced beginners. We only have two couples that are accomplished dancers, but we're nearing the end of the beginners program with some people, and we are just starting new beginners for people who have never danced before.
You're part of the Pahrump Arts Council, right?
Yes, the Desert Squares is sponsored by the Pahrump Arts Council. So I have been asked to serve on the board representing the square dance group.
Wonderful. And all ages can get involved in the square dancing?
Yes. With the adults, it's usually easier if they're about 10 to 12 years old before they get started, although I have taught children as young as about 8.
And what nights do you guys meet on?
We dance on Thursday nights at the Methodist Church. For new beginners that have never danced before at 6 o'clock, and the more advanced dancers or people that know how to dance, we start at 5.
Tell me about the costuming.
In beginner's class, there is no requirement for square dance attire anywhere in the country, really. And but the square dance clothes that the ladies wear when we go out to do a demo, and once we have a full-fledged going club, to be up to the club as to they decide whether they wear square dance attire at a regular dance.
So this is something really fun to go do. Do you have any demonstrations coming up soon?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we're going to be doing a demo at Inspirations for their open house on the 16th of this month.
And so people can come on by, find out all about it right there.
Yes, they can. We just did a demo at the Wild West Extravaganza.
Mm-hmm. And so for more information, is there a number to call?
Yes, there is. I'm the contact. My phone number is area code 702-403-2146.
Is there a fee?
Yes, we rent the hall at the Methodist Church. It's $1 and per person. It's a donation box for me as the caller. And then if you do continue with it, why it is required to join the Pahrump Arts Council as a member, and that will vary based on your age.
Yeah, it's either $10 for seniors, $20 for those who are younger.
Yes, and they also have family memberships also.
Your Desert View Hospital Health Tip right after this break.